Okay, guys, so here's some guidance for your test corrections. Number one, it says helicopter pad, which is a shape of a circle, has a circumference of 50.24 feet and a diameter of 16. Which expression best represents the value of pi? So my hint for you guys is, okay, which expression best represents the pi? So remember, pi is gonna be the ratio of the circumference, okay, over the diameter. Okay, so they have given you the circumference and the diameter, so put them into fractions and find the answer, and that's it. Number two, the common mistake that I have seen, okay, is that you guys use the wrong formula. Okay, so it says a circular tablecloth has a radius of 2.5 feet. Kyle is sewing a piece of ribbon around the edge of the tablecloth. If Kyle has exactly enough ribbon, which measurement is closest to the length of the piece, okay, of the ribbon in feet? So I'm gonna underline my question. It says which measurement is closest to the length, okay? So it says, all right, circular tablecloth radius, okay, is 2.5. all right, you're gonna sew, okay, the ribbon around the edge. So, and also it says which measurement is close to the length. This is a circumference, guys, not area, and most of you found the area and got that incorrectly. So and I also mentioned that anytime they ask a distance around, okay, that is going to be the circumference. So we need to write the formula. Okay, circumference equals pi times diameter. As you know, pi is represented with 3 and 1400ths. Okay, the radius is 2.5. So if I do 2.5 times 2, that is going to equal to the diameter, which means diameter is 5. So simply, all you have to do is to multiply, okay, the pi times 5 and put that answer here. That's it. All right, next. It says a rotating lawn sprinkler sprays water in a circular area of grass, as shown in the picture. The diameter of a circle area of a grass is 16 feet. Which measurement is closest to the area in a square feet that the sprinkler sprays with water? Okay, it says which measurement is close to the area in square feet. Okay, I know that the diameter, okay, is 16. Remember, diameter goes all the way across. All right, so it's looking for area. So let's write the formula down. A equals pi radius squared. So I'm gonna plug in numbers, okay? Pi is 3 and 1400ths. Radius, okay, we're gonna have to find it out. Radius will be the half of the diameter, which is gonna be 8. So 8 squared, which is same as 8 times 8. So basically you can do 8 times 8 first, which is 64. And then multiply that with the pi. Okay? And I have mentioned, okay, look at your answer choices. They are very spread apart. So why don't we just estimate, right? And just use 3 instead of the pi, okay? So that way you can estimate and get the best answer. Number 4. A utility line runs underground through Shane's rectangular backyard. Shane is not allowed to dig with 3 feet of utility line. The diagram below shows the dimensions of Shane's backyard in feet. The dashed line represents the utility line. Okay, so we have a rectangle here, and there are 2 rectangles inside. Okay, could be 4, depends on how you look at it. What is the area in square feet of the part of the backyard in which Shane is allowed to dig? So I'm going to draw a picture to show you guys a visual representation. Okay, I'm allowed to dig this area here and this little part here. Okay, and I'm looking for the area. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I could just find the area of the whole thing, okay, which I'm going to outline in red. Okay, and I'm just gonna have to subtract the part is where it says no digging, right? So let's find the area of the big part, okay, the whole thing, which is gonna be the red. Okay, since it's a rectangle, I'm gonna have to put A equals base times height. My base, you're looking here, I'm like, I don't know, so it's 20, no it's not, it's actually 22. Should go from the very beginning to the very end. So 22 times the height, which is 17. Okay, I'm gonna have to find that first, and whatever that is, I'm gonna have to subtract the area of the no digging part. Oops, I'm gonna represent that with the yellow. Okay, so now that part is a rectangle as well, so I'm gonna put A equals BH, okay, base times height. My base is actually going to be right here, 3 plus 3, combine them to make it easy, 6. The height doesn't specify, but if you look to the right, it is going to be 17. So you're gonna find the answer that way, right? And guess what? You are gonna have to subtract these 2 numbers, okay? And then that will give you the answer. Next, number 5. This one is the very exact same question as number 1. It says, which of these best describes pi? Okay, pi is a ratio. Okay, and we talked about this and we did all hand motion with this as well. It is a ratio, okay, of the circumference divided by the diameter. I just gave you the answer, right? Looks like a fraction, but fraction is another terminology for the ratio. So find the answer. Now number 6. Okay, this one was probably the most difficult one. Okay, it says an advertising banner has 4 sections as modeled below. 2 sections are congruent trapezoids and 2 sections are congruent right triangles. Which measurement is best estimate of the area of the banner in square meters? I need to find the area. Okay, it says it's got congruent trapezoids. I see 2 trapezoids here. Okay, so if I find area of one of the trapezoids, I can just multiply that by 2 to find the area of the whole thing. I mean, for 2 trapezoids. And then I see 2 triangles here, right? So let's go ahead and find the area of the trapezoid first, which is going to be, okay, 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So I'm going to plug in numbers. It's going to be 1/2. My base is going to be the two parallel sides. So 1 1/4, which is same as 1.25, plus 2. The height, okay, doesn't tell you, but remember they're congruent, so it's gonna be 1. So I need to solve that out, right? So I'm gonna have to add, okay? That's gonna be 325. And then if I multiply by 1, it's just gonna be, okay, any number by 1 is just gonna be by itself. So I'm just gonna divide this number by 2, okay? And that's gonna be your answer for the trapezoid. So let's actually, let me actually do the work for you this time. So 3.25 divided by 2 is 1.625. But actually, you didn't even have to divide by 2 because remember we have 2 trapezoids, right? So it's like it's going to be same as 1.625 times 2. We have to do that already. So anyways, so the trapezoids, okay, combined, that is going to be 3.25 here, okay? Now let's find the area of the triangle, which is going to be, okay, base times height divided by 2. Oops. All right. So base of the triangle is 1 3/4, which is same as 1.75 times the height is 1.25. So if I solve that, that is going to be about 1.09375. I have 2 of those. So the triangles equal to be about 2, right? Okay. So if I add the 2 numbers, if I do, okay, so trapezoids, that was 3.25 plus the triangles, which is around 2. Okay, if I add the 2, it's going to give me approximately 6. So that is my answer. Next, Landon used a semicircle, a rectangle, and a right triangle to form the figures shown, which is the best estimate of the area. So now I'm gonna start with the semicircle, okay? And you know, for this one, the formula is A equals area equals, since this is a half circle, I'm gonna have to do pi times radius squared divided by 2, right? Okay, so you guys all know that pi represents 3 and 1400ths. I need to find the radius, since this will be the diameter, because it will look like this, right? If we had a complete circle. So I know that radius must be 2. So I'm gonna have to do 2 times 2 divided by 2. So if I do 2 times 2, that is 4. If I do 4 divided by 2, that is a 2. So if I just do 3.14 times 2, that is going to give me the area of a semicircle, which is going to be, I'm going to write it inside, 6.28. Okay, I'm going to move on to the rectangle. Okay, this one is simple and easy because all you gotta do is just base times height, which is going to be careful, it's not 10, because 10 includes both of the bases of the rectangle and the triangle. It's going to be actually the 6. You're gonna do 6 times 4, which is 24. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the triangle. This one is area equals 1/2 times base times height, or base times height divided by 2. The base is not there, but if you look at it, this whole thing is 10 at the bottom, and here is 6. So in order to get the base of just a triangle, you need to subtract the 2, which is going to be 4. The height is same as a rectangle, which is going to be 4 as well. So if I do 4 times 4, that is 16. If I do 16 divided by 2, that's going to be 8. And lastly, we need to combine all of them. So I'm going to add the area of the circle, which is 6.28, plus the rectangle, 24, plus the triangle, which is 8. Okay, and that should give you the answer. All right, number 8. A circular railroad crossing sign has a diameter of 30 inches. Which measurement is closest to the area of the sign? So I'm looking for area. Okay, and then it says diameter is 30. So I'm looking for area, so I need my formula. Pi times radius squared. So y'all just do 3.14 times the radius. Remember, radius is going to be half of the diameter, which is going to be 15. Since it's a squared, I'm gonna multiply 15 by itself again, and that should give you the answer. Okay, last page. Number 9. Jennifer painted a tabletop that is shaped like a circle. The circumference of a tabletop is 6 pi feet. Which measurement is close to the area? Okay, I'm going to draw a picture first. So it's shaped like a circle, and circumference is 6 pi. I'm looking for area. Okay, I'm going to jot down some things. So area is going to be pi r squared, right? Which is going to be pi 3.14 times radius. But here, they only gave us the circumference, not the radius. But there's a way to find it out. Because if you look at the formula for circumference, is pi times the diameter, right? And we're given the circumference is 6 times pi. So if I cancel out the pi, that means diameter is 6, which gives us that radius should be 3, since it should be the half of it. That's all you do. Last one, okay? It says this model of the backboard is of a basketball goal. This model of the backboard of a basketball goal is composed of a rectangular and a semicircle. The diameter of the semicircle is 16 inches and the height of the rectangle is 8 inches. What is the area of the backboard? Okay. So I need to find the area of this whole thing. I'm gonna find the area of the semicircle first. Okay, so this one I know it's going to be, okay, pi r squared divided by 2 because it's a semicircle. Pi is 3.14. Radius is going to be, let me figure out, diameter is 16. So that means radius is 8. You're gonna have to solve this one. Okay, and then you're gonna have to find the area of the rectangle. Sorry, you cannot really see the pictures, but for rectangle it's just base times height. It says the diameter of the semicircle is 16, so that is same as the base of the rectangle, which is 16 times the height. They told us that the height of the rectangle is 8. So you're gonna have to multiply those two numbers, okay? And then at the end, you're gonna have to add, okay, the both numbers, and that will be it.